Welcome back, Knotty Nation. I am really excited for this video on how to make concrete look like wood. We've partnered with Design Crete DIY, and we've got Mitzi in Las Vegas with this class showing us how to do it step by step. Check this out.
The Knotty Artisan.
Okay, so it's been about an hour of this drying. It is all one uniform color, so we know that it's safe to scrape it and stone it. We left some imperfections on purpose just so that we could see how easy it is to scrape and stone it. This is the stone. It's called a couple different things. At Home Depot, you'll find it in the concrete tools. This one's called a rubbing brick. Sometimes it's a mason stone, and it's a 30 grit pumice type thing. So what I usually do on a patio is I'll scrape off the big chunks first with something like this. This is a floor scraper. If you don't want to buy one of these, you could scrape it off with your trowel or like a little 4-inch razor blade, something like that. But basically, it just comes right off like that. I don't have any pressure on it. It's not hard to get them off. So you don't have to worry too much when you're putting down your base coat.
Wow, that came off
It's super easy. Yeah, and it's only an hour old, so it's pretty soft still. So you don't have to be too careful when you're putting your base coat down. And then, once I get like the big chunks off, if there's anything else left, I'll use this guy. And I'll just lightly rub over it. And it just takes it down just a little bit more. Yeah. And it just takes all the chunkies. So maybe that guy. And we're still putting a texture coat over this, so it doesn't need to be perfectly smooth. We just don't want any like big chunks that might mess up our texturing. So just getting the big things off, just like that. And then you would blow it off or vacuum it if you're indoors. And then you can start mixing your texture coat. So there's 2 of these. You guys can try it and see how easy it is. So there's like literally no pressure with putting down the base coat well. Yeah. Now if you wait till the next day and do this, then you have to like really sand it. So yeah, it's still doable, but try to do it the same day. All right, so all we have to do is blow this off or vacuum it or something.
Like all the precision comes after this step right here. Like
there's really no precision.
no, but I'm saying, but like this coat doesn't need to be pretty. Like you said, you left
yeah.
over, but I'm assuming when you do your design, you don't want extra designs in there or extra patterns.
If you're doing wood, like honestly, when you mess up a little bit or you drip something, it always looks better. It looks more like wood. So you don't even have to stress too much when you do the wood patterns. You'll see, it's super easy. So if we were on an outdoor patio, what I would do is spray this down so it can start soaking up with water while I mix my stuff.
Do we need to spray this with water?
No, because it'll never dry. Because it's not going to soak down into the concrete.
Oh, it's not going in the concrete.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, so our base coat is completely dry. It's all the same color. We already sanded it. We blew off all the dust. We mixed our stuff. So before we coat it, I'm going to spray it with water. It's going to be very porous. It's going to soak in a lot of water. It's going to take quite a bit. Let's pretend like this is a big patio, this rectangle we're doing. In that case, what I would do is I would wet, and our wood grain's going to go this way, right? So I don't want to spray the whole patio. It'll dry over here before we ever get to it. So I'm only going to wet the part that we're working on. That way.
Patio, would you use this or would you use a hose?
I would use a hose. If it's a tiny patio, like 100 square feet, I might use a pump-up sprayer instead of a hose. All right, so you want it pretty good and moist with no puddles. Just like we did on the samples, we're going to spread from one side of the patio all the way to the other side, and then broom it, and then you'll go to the next row, wet it, trowel it, broom it, and then you just go row by row. Right after. Yeah, you don't have much time. Remember, you don't have to make it pretty. And you can spray, start spraying the next line. Like cake batter? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize it was on auto.
All right, now all that excess, just pull it back this way towards your next line and then let her in to broom it.
Pull this back too.
No, you can leave it, yeah, you can leave that there.
Sweep, 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 or one long drag?
One long drag.
Just like that.
She said if you stop, you gotta start back at the
Yep.
beginning.
Perfect. Woo! Thinking we probably, okay. Probably should have taped it a little bit further. Can you hand me that rag behind you? A place to put the stuff. Oh. Yeah. Bueno. Got a little dry right there.
So this is what we call the dance. Two people gotta, yeah. Make sure, you gotta make sure it's wet, you gotta make sure it's wet before you drag it, and then boom.
Make sure it's not puddly too, because then all of the polymers will float to the top.
So that sound, is that what we're looking for again? Polymers?
Yep. You'll get less of that sandy sound with the top coat because it has less sand, yeah, smaller.
So no pressure, you're just,
Yep, she's doing perfect. See how the black is kind of showing through in streaks? Watch when we stain this. Ooh, boy.
I'm gonna have a bunch of extra.
We'll just have to scoop it up into the bucket with the trowel. I'll use this little metal trowel. So you can just put chunks like that too. And then when you scrape it off, that whole booger will come off at once. And then you have a knot. So that's one easy way to do it. Otherwise, you can put some tape on the end of a stick and just like dab them in. You can use your finger. There's a million ways to make knots. So
there's 4 of them here, let's all pull it out.
have at it.
Put a knot in.
Yeah, everyone put a knot in. Trick with knots is to not make them perfect circles.
I like mine.
Looks better on paper.
If you wanted to carve your names in, it's really easy to do it now, but you can also do it after it dries, yeah.
You ever put a handprint in its day?
Mm-hmm. I've had cats and dogs put their handprints in it and it stayed.
That's not cool. Okay, I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as we enjoyed making it. If you want to come out and learn hands-on in Las Vegas on how to do this exact same procedure, check out the link below. We'd love to have you. Also remember, we don't ask for any money from you, but we do ask for 3 things. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, and ring the bell so that you're the first to find out all the new information.
The Knotty Art is Son, the Knotty Artisan.